Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the champ himself, Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe, well, you've caused a little bit of a stir yesterday. You were in your room all day yesterday, but are you having fun out here? That's the question I'm going to ask. Are you having fun out here?
I don't know what went on. I see there's some commotions on the internet. Just a load of rubbish, really, innit? But I see a few of the team members arguing back and forth, and just having a little bit of fight bullshit banter, I suppose.
I want to talk to you about that, but I want to go straight to this ring issue, the 20 foot, the 22 foot. Your dad seemed really, really concerned to let his son box. And well, this is his words to me yesterday. As a concerned parent, I don't want my son fighting in a 20 foot ring. You want the 22 foot ring. Has that been resolved? What's going on with that? And have you got any much to say?
Well, you know, I know that Callum Smith had a 20 foot standard ring. When I came here the other day, we went into to do a little workout, and the man said, "Like, this is the ring you'd be fighting him." Now, if they would have told me from day one, it's this ring, I would have trained in a small ring. I would have trained in an 18-foot ring, and we could have had a fight in an 18-foot ring. But when you're training in an Olympic-sized ring, I've been training in a 24 unification fight, everything on the line. 70,000 people going to be there, 100,000 seater stadium. It just don't make any sense to dot a 18-foot ring in the middle of that. Obviously, to suit the opponent, he's got his way of boxing and fighting. I've got my way of boxing and fighting. But it's more the case of, you know, being treated fairly. I mean, Eddie Hearn says, "Oh yeah, you know, this we don't do 22s and we only do 20s." But why would you put a 20-foot ring in for Callum Smith, then put a 18-foot ring in for me, first of all? I don't know. He did tell me to trust him the other day on the phone. I said, yeah, no problem. But as soon as I come here and I see the ring and heard the ring was fighting in, like I say, if I prepared in a small ring, then that's no problem. Any fighter knows that you prepare in the same sort of size work office you're going to go working in. And it was a million miles away.
We've seen that with the Instagram stories with Tyson Fury and yourself, especially Tyson Fury. He's wanting a fair play. He's wanting for you to have a fair crack at the whip here in Dallas. Now, we know Eddie likes the banter, he likes all this sort of stuff, but for you personally, on a personal level, do you feel like you're being under-promoted here and you're playing second fiddle, even though Eddie is your promoter also? You feel like you're a little bit on the back burner when it comes to this promotion?
Listen, I understand the magnitude of fight. I understand who's A side and who's B side. You know, I understand the promotional side, joint promotion with Matchroom. Alvarez's promotional side's joint with Matchroom, obviously promoting it. So I understand all that. But, you know, it's like me putting on an event. If I'm going to put my promotions on, you know, Billy Joe Promotions, let's just say, then, and I'm fighting on it, I'm going to get everything to suit me. Now, Canelo is getting everything to suit him because he's joint promotions with this. And Eddie's just going along with it, where, you know, if people want to go along with it and you want to fly John Ryder in, and John Ryder's strength and conditioning coach told me last week he was coming out, he's preparing for a fight, all this rubbish, not a problem. That's not a problem. A man who I beat in 2013, fly him out, but it won't be for my belt. It will not be for my belt at all. You know, so if you want to do that, that's no problem. I mean, 2 foot we're arguing over. Well, Eddie's gone to 21 foot. So we're arguing over a foot. Why should I be worrying about arguing over a foot? But in doing so, it's affecting the promotional side of things, because the only thing I'm going to do is turn up to a press conference and it'll be a yes and no answers, maybe even a nod of the head, and I'll go back to my hotel room, weigh in and fight. You know, so this wants to get agreed in good faith rather than just, you know, us having to fight for it. Because even if we get it, I will guarantee just to turn up at the press conference and do that. So let's just get it done, get it sorted. Let's not act like children. Like I say, it doesn't bother me. I'll just sit up here resting up, watching films.
Yeah, I mean, you see that on your Instagram story, yes?
Yeah, listen, it's all my training's done. I don't need to be in that gym training. You know, you came in there today, I was doing a little walk, just something to do more than anything, boredom. You know, but let's not play games. We're all adults here. Let's not argue over let's not have a big argument, Eddie, over a foot. You know.
Have you spoke to Eddie today? I know he flew in last night, but have you messaged him, spoke to him?
I exchanged a few WhatsApps with him yesterday. But, listen, I could go into a load of things that I'm not happy with Eddie, recordings and other bits and bobs and previous fights in December, It's just one of them that I like straight people. I'm a very, very straight, honest man. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I get on with you, I'll get on with you. But as soon as I felt like I'm trying to get led down the garden path, that's not a problem. I mean, realistically, that's what Canelo's used to, is flying someone in 3 or 4 days beforehand, knocking them over and looking $1 million and taking their belts. I'm not one of them. I've got money. I've got enough money to sit back and feed my family. They all got roofs over their heads. I've got enough money to enjoy life. This, to me, they're going on like this is the big, this is the big time. No. The money, forget about that. People keep saying, I'll work my conkers off to get you this. Fuck the money. Shove the money as far as you can up your long, lanky jeer. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. So I want to be treated fairly. I want to leave that arena with the belts and with Canelo's belts just as much as he wants to leave with mine. So I'm only asking for a fair playing field. I've trained in a 24-foot ring. Then you want to put me in a 18-foot ring. It doesn't really sound fair to me, like good preparation, does it? No. It's like Usain Bolt, going for the 100 metres and Mo Farah doing the 400. Mo Farah's training on the 4 and 800s, and you're saying to Bolt, right, you've got to run on the 800s today. It's just not... Listen, you give me preparation to time, I fight him. I don't care where I fight him. It's not bother. It doesn't bother me. If they said to me, look, this is where we're going to fight, this is the size of the ring, that's not a problem. But when you hear you're fighting in a stadium like the ATT Stadium, you don't expect the phone box to be put in the middle of that big pitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So listen, it's mind games that won't work with me, and it's also, tricks that won't work with me. The ring cameras will be checked before we get in there. The ropes will be checked before we get in there. And the size of the ring will be measured before we get in there. End of.
You mentioned John Ryder there, and this morning I seen IBO super middleweight champion who's been on Eddie Hearn's last 2 promotions, Carlos Gongora. He's here as well. Do you feel like they're preparing for you to pull out this fight? Because, again, I said this to your dad, selfishly as a boxing fan, I want to see you box Canelo. And I think 100% of the UK, 99% of the UK boxing fans want you to see this fight against you, Canelo. It's been talked about for the best part of 2 years. It was meant to happen last year. So, selfishly, do you think that match, we've got these John Ryder flying in and obviously the IBO world champion Gongora coming in as well this morning, do you feel like they're preparing for you to pull out?
I couldn't give a shit what they think. I couldn't really give a shit what they're preparing for. I know what I've prepared for, and I know where I'm at in myself, and I know what I'm ready for. So, their business is down to them. If they want to do that, that's no problem whatsoever on this behalf. No problem. They can go and give someone, a paycheck, dish them out a few quid to put in their pocket to go home with to take an ride in that arena. And some people will accept that, because losing is not, losing for them is not a big deal, and will to win is not the biggest of deals. But my reputation and my will to win is not about, money can't buy that. Not at all.
Well, since you've been on Instagram and you've posted photos of your physique and the way you look and stuff like that. Now, everyone knows that you blow up between camps, and sometimes it's hard for you to get in the best of shape when you're fighting lesser opponents. Is this training camp, it might sound cliche, Bill, but is this the best training camp, and is this the most serious you've took a training camp facing somebody like Canelo?
I think, listen, you've got to take it off to Canelo, and I've got to give him the respect and everything he needs. He's pound for pound best fighter in the world. He's a great champion. I got to completely take me out off to him for that. But, you have to take yourself away. I've been away a long time training camp. It's not really been a fat loss camp, if I'm honest. So, it's been a good camp. I'm happy with the camp. But the same with anything. You can have the bestest camp of your life and box a load of shit. You can have a camp where you can get by and box the best you've ever boxed. It's just, camps really are for people with weak minds, like how they look at camps. I mean, I look at it as that I don't care what weight I've been at before. I don't care where I've been at before. Look at me now. This is not before. Before's the past, gone, finished. Present's now. And I'm in good condition. I'm fit. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go Saturday night.
Another thing that's been talked about you, Bill, is we see the best Billy Joe Saunders when he fights somebody that's going to get him up for a fight. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I don't know if this is how you feel, but from the outside looking in, for some fans and some people in the boxing industry, they think it's hard for Bill to get up for mandatory challenges. It's hard for Bill to get up for like a lesser name. We've seen the performances you're putting against Andy Lee, Chris Eubank Jr., David Lemieux. Are we going to see the best Billy Joe Saunders this Saturday night?
Well, first of all, there's a couple of little things to sort out, but 100% if I get in that ring, you know, I've already had this conversation with myself. There's stuff that I need to pull out the bag that I've never pulled before. So I'm looking. I never, before any fight, I never put pressure on myself. The pressure comes, you know, when you walk to that ring and you know what's in front of you. And then once that bell goes, it's the best man to win. And I believe that, and I will be victorious.
There's a 70,000. I know, like I was at Wilder Fury 2, and I witnessed the travelling support. The travellers came over for Tyson Fury. Now there's going to be 70,000 Mexican American fans in that arena. Do you feel some sort of disappointment, and is that going to faze you? Disappointment in terms of that the travellers can't, your supporters can't come out here to Dallas, and do you feel any pressure that you're going to have a whole stadium against you? I mean, everything's against you, you feel already right now, but you're going to have all these fans booing you and stuff like that. Do you feel any pressure, and is that going to faze you in any way?
Listen, there's only me and him in that ring. There's no one else. I couldn't give a shit if there's 50 million there. The more the better. The more the better. I couldn't give a shit if that arena was throwing glasses, bottles, whatever they want to throw.
Expect it.
I don't give two shits. I can expect that. I won't care. I'll walk in that ring and I'll get my job done. End of story. What I'm going there to do, fans won't. Fans not going to help me. They're not going to help him. But there's a small part of me what think, do you know what? It'd been nice to have, because I'd have had a lot of travelling support coming over from the travelling community and not from the travelling community. So, you know, it is what it is. But look, it's the Canelo Alvarez show. It's not the Billy Joe Saunders show. And like I say, when they say that no media can't come, this and that can't come, there's people I know what's actually flying out here and getting waivers and that and coming. So, but everyone I've tried to slip through, except from the team, except from a few of the members of the team, they're here.
No, you've got the people that you want here this year.
I've got a small team here, and we are willing to take on whatever comes in front of us. Whatever comes in front of us, we do not care. And when I get in that ring on Saturday night, you're going to see. If you remember the story, the David and Goliath, you're going to see that story. That's what it's going to be. Listen, 6 Brits, it's been out. 6 Brits, probably not had the best preparation. Picked the money up and went home. I don't care if I left money here, as long as I do what I need to do in the ring.
How do you feel when you see on social media? Because I've seen that a lot now. Even my Instagram's blown up. Billy Joe Saunders is going to win. Billy Joe Saunders can do it. I believe Billy can do it. Do you take any support from that, or do you take any sort of like, what do you take from that when you see other fans actually giving you more of a chance than anyone else?
The only reason why fans probably give me more of a chance than anyone else, because they don't know me. For one, they're looking at the record and the way I go on and act around the camera, but they don't know me. They don't know me. So do you want me to hold this mic?
Yeah,
you grab that door, please.
Keep them in the team, bro.
Do you want to sing a song?
Yeah. Well, tell them I'm going to smoke killer tomorrow.
Big fisticuffs going down. Big fisticuffs. Big fisticuffs.
I'm almost done. Yeah, I don't know where we were there, Bill, but like the best chance, do you believe, when you take sort of like pride or anything from the fans actually believing that you've got a better chance than most people? You said 6 Brits have tried, 6 Brits have failed, but
listen, I'm coming with the skill set and the desire to win, not just to pick money up. So Saturday night, tune in, you're going to see a good performance.
Another one, just 2 more questions before I go. I probably hate mentioning his name. I don't like doing this sort of thing, but Chris Eubank Jr. bet 10 grand on you. He wants you taken out the game, was his exact words, and it's like, I don't know why he would say something like that, but
he got about I think he got about 60 grand for his last fight. He can't afford 10 grand to put that on there. So it's definitely not his money. He's read it out, but he's irrelevant. He's completely irrelevant to this, to try to get a name around this sort of fight. Buy a ticket and watch it.
Finally, before I let you go, you said there was a couple of issues to iron out. How confident are you, percentage-wise, that we can see Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo? I mean, the fans back home want it. Selfishly, I want it. How confident are you're going to step in that ring on Saturday night?
Well, I'm sure Eddie's not that first stuck up Canelo's arse that he'd give an extra foot in the ring. So I'm sure once people see this, that it's only another foot. I'm sure that he'll compromise and do that. I'm sure of that.
Right, but I won't keep much longer. I know you like to chill. You're in fight week, you're in fight mode, so I do appreciate you inviting me up to your room to do this interview. So, again, I thank you so much for this, and stay safe, brother. Good luck Saturday night.
Bless you all. Thank you all. Tune in.
Thank you, Bill.